Before Chicago's industrial economy polluted the waters of Wolf Lake and the surrounding land, Hegewisch was a huge wetland, like proper wetland.
It just sounded like a magical wonderland of an ecosystem, you know, like you already mentioned like the intense biodiversity, but you know, I was reading, I guess it was like an ecological report where someone was talking, this is like in the turn of the century, you know, 19th to 20th century, and they were basically saying that at that point, this ecologist was saying that Wolf Lake may be the most ecologically biodiverse place in the entire world. Okay?
Oh, wow.
And I think the reason why they were saying that is because it kind of is a little bit of a miracle the way that it exists. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this, it's a little lake that's right off of Lake Michigan, and it's created this very unique environment where wildlife has had to basically adapt itself just to live there. But it made me really sad to think, wow, we really fucked that shit up.
We sure did. We sure did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so like, why is Hegewisch there instead of this gorgeous, pristine wetland? One might have heard us say several times already, steel mills. And why are steel mills a big deal? Because in the 1800s, this country ran on railroads.
Yep.
What do you need for railroads? Steel. And what do you need for the burgeoning, becoming skyscraper economy? Also steel. So we started off needing the railroad material, and then we launched into city building. In the 1880s, a guy named Adolf Hegewisch purchased a bunch of land that was on the shore of Lake Michigan, and it already had railroads running through it. His goal was to place steel mills there and build housing for the people who worked in the steel mills. That is the genesis of Hegewisch.
Yeah. It was a company town.
Yeah,
right?
just like Pullman.
Yep,
but less architecturally significant. Yeah, I agree with you on culty. But I think the reason that Pullman is still more well known and they give tours there is because of the architecture. It's the history plus the architecture.
Yeah, I say culty because, as you and I both know, like, there was a kind of a social component to Pullman and what he was trying to accomplish in creating this kind of homogenous living space for people that conveniently gets left off the brochure, right? When they talk about Pullman. But company towns are pretty common on the south side.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty par of the course back in the day. I mean, we don't realize that now because we're living in, like, the death spasms of capitalism. But at one time, the place that you worked at also wanted to attract you by giving you a place to live.
Especially attractive for immigrants.
Yep.